Okay, so I want to share something with you that will help you in terms of gaining muscle mass. Now, when someone shares their information with you about how to gain muscle, whether it be a YouTuber or an Instagrammer or something like that, you have to keep a few things in mind. The first thing is they're sharing with you only based upon their experience. So, in their world, what they're saying may be true, but it's only true based upon their limited understanding and their limited experience. It is not the all knowing, all saying book of God. The second thing you have to understand is that many times when you look at these things on social media, the purpose of it is to make you feel inadequate, so that when you feel inadequate, you're purposely giving more attention to them so that you can somehow get the secret to feel better. All right. The third thing I want to say to you is that 99% of the time, also what you're looking at is designed to make you look on the external as a way for a solution and not within yourself. That being said, I'm going to share with you my personal experience of gaining muscle mass so that you can empower yourself. The purpose of this video is not to make you feel inadequate. It's not to make you feel less than you are, because I really, really hate that shit. And I'm cursing because that's how strongly I feel about this. The purpose of my videos isn't to be like, oh, look at me, I'm so special, you're not. The purpose of it is to show you that the power is within you as well, and you can access these things within yourself. You don't need steroids. You don't need to hurt yourself. You don't need to eat 20,000 calories a day to see results. So let's begin with myself. I'm 46 years old, about to be 47, and about 6 years ago, the first time I did an experiment with this is I gained 30 pounds of muscle within about 3 months, and everyone at the gym believed that I was on steroids. Uh, During that period of time, I maintained the muscle mass pretty easily, and people always insisted that I was on steroids. Then about 2 years ago, I injured myself pretty badly. I tore both my knees and meniscus tears in both my knees, and to the point where I couldn't walk, and everything was extremely painful. And because I'm human, I'm not perfect. I always tell everyone that you have to be able to go within yourself and face the reason why you were injured before you could heal. But at the time, I was too much of a stubborn human being. I didn't want to face these difficult things within myself because I felt like a failure if I couldn't, if I had these contradictions within myself. So it was one of those do as I say, not as I do type things. So I ended up not really healing for about 6, 7 months because I was very stubborn. And because of that, I can really understand clients who are not ready to heal. Sometimes you're just not ready if you're not ready. And sometimes you're ready only when you're ready, and that's a whole different story. But eventually, I got my head out of my ass, and I said that in a very loving way because we all have our heads up our asses at some time, and I was able to heal myself. But after I was able to heal, I had basically lost a lot of my muscle, and then from that point on, I was like, what's the point? I don't really see any point of going back to the gym. So, roughly about 2 months ago, I decided to get back in shape again. And as I decided to get back in shape, I decided to, of course, exercise, but also use the principles that I know in terms of the mind, using affirmations, using my subconscious mind, telling myself to gain muscle very, very quickly and to do it effortlessly. And because of that, I was able to pick up about an incredible amount of muscle mass within 2 months. I'm going to put a before and an after picture up, and you're going to see me within a 2 month period amount of muscle mass that I gained. I mean, you will see that I am wearing glasses in one of the pictures. So before someone says, "Why didn't you heal your eyes if you're a healer?" Pretty much the same reason I didn't heal my knees for the longest time. I didn't think there was a reason for it. I didn't really care. But I am in the process of healing my eyes, and they should be healed in about a week. So, anyways, when you take a look at the picture, I want you to understand that this is what you can happen. This is what you can do using the power of your mind. Okay, so a few things I want to bring up here with this, okay? Because people will be like, this is impossible, you can't do this. Okay, listen very carefully. I did not eat like thousands of calories a day. I only worked out maybe 3 times a week, okay? But the most important part is you have to understand what a steroid is and how you can actually get the same effects without injecting yourself with stuff that's going to kill you. So the first thing you have to understand about steroids is steroids are essentially nothing more than a message to the brain. It is a chemical message to the brain telling the brain to put on muscle mass. Now, in my videos you've seen before, a message is a message, and sometimes we get so caught up in the vehicle of the message, we confuse the vehicle with the message itself. A lot of people confuse steroids, which is the vehicle of the message, which is the only way the only way that you can get the message, and that's incorrect. I want you to think about this for a second. If I were to send you a message on the phone or on text or in a letter, does it make a difference what the medium is as long as you get the message? No, it doesn't. So essentially, putting on muscle is the same way. It doesn't matter what the medium is. What matters is the message. So the steroid, a harmful chemical, is just one way to send that message to your body. But why not just bypass that altogether and go straight to the subconscious and send the message? And you can do that. I see it all the time with clients. All the time clients will come to me and then they will put on muscle mass because it's just a matter of sending the message to the brain. And once that brain receives a message, it will start putting on the muscle mass and repairing itself very, very, very quickly. So I want you to really understand this, and I want you to consider what I'm saying. And fourth, what I forgot to add is you shouldn't be watching this Instagram nonsense anyway. You should really just be focusing on yourself, and you should be happy with who you are. I found that the greatest thing that makes people unhappy is this constant comparison of other people, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. I know, ironic, I am on social media. I find that it's the only way I can reach most of these people, most of everyone. However, I do a very, very strict job of making sure I have a positive message. It's not just about making people feel like shit so that they can come and buy my product. That's not my purpose, all right? So that being said, I want to give you some more other valuable information as well. But before I say this, you have to understand that I am not a doctor, and I have to officially say I'm not a doctor because I don't want to have the FDA coming down on my head. Using the mind is sending the message directly to the mind through hypnosis or subliminals is just one way of doing it. For those that are interested in it, you can use the two products below. One is the muscle mass, explosive muscle mass, and one is the Androboost. Androboost is going to prevent your body from absorbing synthetic estrogen, and it will increase your testosterone and balance out your hormones, and the muscle mass will increase muscle into your body. Now, in terms of other methods of putting the message to your body, one is called vitamin D. Now, vitamin D, the doses that you've been taught about are actually incorrect. Most people are borderline starving in terms of vitamin D. In terms of vitamin D, most people think 5,000 IU, even 10,000 IU is way too much and toxic. These are actually false numbers. On average, you can go up to 50,000 to 100,000 IUs and you can be safe. Now, keep in mind that I'm not a doctor. This is just my opinion only, and it's based upon a book that I'm going to put on below. And you need to read the book because the book is really going to open up your mind on the misinformation that has been given to people. For instance, most of the information on vitamin D has been manufactured by pharmaceutical companies so that people believe it's toxic, but actually most people, the reason that their hormones are out of balance is because they have a vitamin D and iodine and a boron deficiency. And then once those things are corrected alone, your body is going to have an explosive reaction, similar to what you do if you were taking SARMs. And SARMs is just a synthetic, nonsensical version of if you would just take iodine, boron, and vitamin D in the proper quantities, which is your body was intended. As a man, as a male, as a human being, your body was intended to be very strong, very muscular, very powerful, using just the things that nature has provided to it. However, the pharmaceutical companies have convinced you that you're born deficient, that you're born... First, they starve you. They starve the shit out of you through an improper diet, a genetically modified diet full of crap. And then they convince you that the reason that your body's weak is because you're just born that way and not because you're nutrient deficient. Of course, That's just one way of looking at reality, and I tend to be a little all over the place here because I'm very excited to share this knowledge with you. But of course, you can raise to another level of reality where you also understand that this is just a virtual reality game. And when you do understand that this is a virtual reality game, then you can just go straight through the mind, through the subconscious mind. You don't even really need nutrients at all. But most people aren't at that level yet, so I want to do baby steps first. So let's first focus on just exercising properly, eating properly, and then giving your subconscious mind the proper messages it needs to grow. And then you can have these wonderful experiences. Anyways, I hope this information is useful to you. I hope it inspires you. And if it does, please leave a comment on the link below and let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. I do encourage you to check out my products below, which is the Androboost and the Muscle Mass. Keep in mind that these make it a lot easier for you to access the power of your mind. However, it's not to make you feel bad. It's not to make you feel you need this to get by. If you are broke, you can merely just use self-hypnosis affirmations and give yourself the messages that you're growing muscle and that your subconscious, your hormones are in balance. But the most important thing is I want you to understand that this power is within you. All right, and I hope you enjoy the video. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.